Welcome back, everyone. We're diving into some pretty cool science today.
Oh,
It's like a
nice.
medical mystery almost.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be looking at this paper. The title's a bit of a mouthful, though, to be honest.
Yeah.
Elevated VCP AT-PACE activity correlates with disease onset in multisystem proteinopathy 1.
Okay. Catchy, but I think we can break that down.
Definitely. We're going to make it clear, even for, someone just starting out in science.
Absolutely.
So first things first, what even I ask this multisystem proteinopathy 1, MSP-1 they call it, it's rare, but it does some strange things to the body.
Think of it like this. Your body's this super complex machine, all right? Tons of parts all working together.
Right.
MSP-1, it throws a wrench in the works,
Yeah.
messes stuff up all over.
Okay, so what kind of messing stuff up? What are we talking about here?
Well, it can hit your muscles,
Hmm.
makes them weak, can cause bone problems, fractures and such. And the brain, even the brain's not safe. Thinking problems, memory. Some folks even develop dementia.
Wow, that's a lot. And, all in one disease.
Yep, and here's the kicker. Even within the same family, people with MSP-1 can have different symptoms. It's weird.
So how do scientists even begin to tackle something like that? Where do you even start?
Well, that's where this caper comes in. Turns out there's this protein called VCP that seems to be pretty important in all this.
It's VCP.
Yeah.
What's so special about it? What's a DO?
It's like the ultimate worker bee inside your cells, Cells are the tiny building blocks that make up, well, you. And VCP, it's got a ton of jobs, like getting rid of old proteins. Think of it like a cellular recycling truck.
Okay, so it takes out the trash.
It
What else?
moves things around inside the cell, too. Important packages got to get delivered to the right places, so it's like a recycling truck that also does deliveries.
Wow, busy little protein.
Yeah.
So how does this VCP connect to all the MSP-1 stuff, the symptoms and all that? That's what they were trying to find out, right?
Yeah. Yep, that's the mystery. The researchers, they wanted to know if VCP was somehow linked to how fast MSP-1 develops. So they looked at a bunch of people with different types of MSP-1 and measured how active their VCP was.
Active. What does that even mean?
Good question. They were measuring something called AT-PACE activity.
Yeah.
ATP is like tiny little batteries that power everything that happens in your cells, and VCP needs those batteries to work. So the more AT-PACE activity it has, the more energy it's using and the faster it's working.
Okay, makes sense. So what'd they find? Was there a connection?
This is where it gets interesting.
Oh, tell me more.
They found that people whose VCP was more energetic, meaning it had higher AT-PACE activity, they actually develop MSP-1 symptoms earlier.
Wait, so the harder it works, the worse it is. But shouldn't it be the opposite? Like, working hard is good, right? It's keeping things clean, organized. I'm confused.
I know, right? It's counterintuitive. But that's what makes this finding so exciting. It's not just about having a messed up VCP, it's about how active it is, too.
So that's our first big clue then. VCP's activity level is tied to how fast MSP-1 takes hold. But why? Why would that be?
Exactly. And that's the mystery we're going to dig into next.
Can't wait.
So why would a more active VCP be a bad thing? Well, remember how we were talking about VCP being like a recycling truck?
Yeah, pick up the old proteins, hauls them off.
Right. So what if that truck's just going way too fast, Might accidentally scoop up stuff the cell actually still needs?
Oops. Wrong stuff in a bin. I've done that before.
Exactly. And that's kind of what scientists think might be happening with VCP. If it's working too fast, it could be breaking down proteins that the cell's still using. Important ones, like throwing away your homework because you're in a rush to clean your room.
Oh, no. Not the homework. Okay, so that's one theory. What's the other one?
Well, the other thought is maybe VCP is making mistakes because it's going so fast. Like when you try to write a test super quickly.
Oh, yeah, totally. More mistakes when you rush.
Exactly. Same idea here. VCP's rushing through its tasks might not be doing them right. And those mistakes, those can cause problems in the cell.
So we've got VCP either taking the wrong stuff because it's in a hurry or messing up its work because it's going too fast. How do they even test that?
They're doing some really cool lab work using cells, even tiny animals like mice. They can actually control VCP's activity, speed it up, slow it down,
Wow, really?
Yeah, it's like having a remote control for this protein.
That's wild. Okay, but what's the point of all this? What are they hoping to figure out? Big picture.
Well, the hope is that this will lead to new treatments for MSP-1 if we can learn how to control VCP, turn it down if it's too high, maybe even boost it if it's too low, then we might be able to help folks with this disease.
That would be amazing. So it's like they're trying to find the right setting on the VCP remote control to keep everything running smoothly.
Exactly. It's all about finding that balance. And this is still early research, but it's really promising. Could make a huge difference.
It's been a wild ride so far. We started with this mystery disease, MSP-1, learned about this tiny protein, VCP.
And we found out that sometimes a protein working too hard can actually be a bad thing.
And now scientists are trying to figure out how to control this little protein, maybe even use it to develop new treatments.
Like science fiction becoming reality.
It really is. And it just shows how important it is to study even the rare diseases, because what we learn could help people with other diseases too, right?
Absolutely. You never know where the next big breakthrough will come from.
So true. Okay, before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap just to make sure everyone's on the same page. Remind us what we've learned today, the key points.
Okay, so big picture. We started with MSP-1, remember? That rare disease that can cause all sorts of problems. Muscles, bones, even the brain.
Yeah, it's like it throws a wrench in the whole system.
Right. And then we talked about VCP, that tiny little protein that works so hard inside our cells, cleaning up, delivering stuff.
A real busy bee.
And then the big twist. Turns out, folks with a more active VCP, one that's using more energy, working faster, they actually get sick earlier.
Yeah, the harder it works, the worse it is. It's like counterintuitive almost.
It is, and scientists are still trying to figure out why that is. They've got those theories, remember? Like, maybe it's breaking down stuff it shouldn't because it's in such a hurry. Or maybe it's making mistakes because it's rushing.
Right, right. So what happens if they figure it out? What's the end goal here?
Well, ultimately, it's about finding new treatments for MSP-1. If they can figure out how to control VCP, turn it down a bit, maybe even give it a boost sometimes.
Yeah.
That could change everything for people with this disease.
That'd be huge. So like finding the right setting on that remote control we were talking about.
Exactly, finding the balance. And even though this is all about a rare disease, who knows? What they learn here could help with other diseases too.
It's all connected, right? One tiny protein can have such a big impact.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder what other secrets are hidden inside our cells just waiting to be discovered. Well, on that note, I think we've done some serious deep diving today. Thanks for joining us, everyone. And until next time, keep exploring.